freeze. Verb, especially of a liquid, to become solid due to low temperature. Cow. Noun, properly, an adult female of the species Bos taurus, especially one that has calved. Ratio. Noun, a number representing a comparison between two named things. Verb, social media, to respond to a post or message on social media in a greater number than the number of likes the post receives. Maniac. Noun, an insane person, especially one who suffers from a mania. Differences. Noun, the quality of being different. Verb, to distinguish or differentiate. Mobility. Noun, the ability to move, capacity for movement. Comedian. Noun, an entertainer who performs in a humorous manner, especially by telling jokes. Selected. Verb, to choose one or more elements of a set, especially a set of options. Adjective, that have been selected or chosen. Fairly. Adverb, manner, in a fair manner, fair, not biased or skewed or favoring a certain party. Never. Adverb, at no time, on no occasion, in no circumstance. Cheered. Verb, to gladden, to make cheerful, often with up. General. Noun, a general fact or proposition. A generality. Verb, to lead. Soldiers. As a general. Adjective, including or involving every part or member of a given or implied entity. Whole etc. As opposed to specific or particular. Adverb, in a general or collective manner or sense. In most cases. Upon the whole. Performed. Verb, to do something, to execute. Conclusions. Noun, the end, finish, close or last part of something. Should. Verb, modal, auxiliary verb, defective. Used before a verb to indicate the simple future tense in the first person singular or plural. Noun, a statement of what ought to be the case as opposed to what is the case. Verb, to make a statement of what ought to be true, as opposed to reality. Verb, auxiliary, be obliged to, have an obligation to, indicates that the subject of the sentence has some obligation to execute the sentence predicate or that the speaker has some strong advice but has no authority to enforce it. Considering. Verb, to think about seriously. Noun, consideration. Adverb, given the circumstances. Preposition, taking into account. Armchair. Noun, a chair with supports for the arms or elbows. Verb, to create based on theory or general knowledge rather than data. Adjective, remote from actual involvement, including a person retired from previously active involvement. References. Noun, a relationship or relation to something. Verb, to provide a list of references for a text. Rules. Noun, a regulation, law, guideline. Verb, to regulate, be in charge of, make decisions for, reign over. Verb, to revel, neatly. Adverb, in a neat manner. Hesitate. Verb, to stop or pause respecting decision or action. To be in suspense or uncertainty as to a determination. Earring. Noun, a piece of jewelry worn on the ear. Download. Noun, a file transfer to the local computer. Verb, to transfer data from a remote computer. Server, to a local computer, usually via a network. Allied. Adjective, joined as allies. Verb, to unite, or form a connection between. As between families by marriage. Or between princes and states by treaty. League, or confederacy. Settings. Noun, the time, place and circumstance in which something, such as a story or picture, is set. Context. Scenario. Maniac. Noun, an insane person, especially one who suffers from a mania. Rises. Verb, to move, or appear to move, physically upwards relative to the ground. Magistrate. Noun, A judicial officer with limited authority to administer and enforce the law. A magistrate's court may have jurisdiction in civil or criminal cases. Or both. Knife. Noun. A utensil or a tool designed for cutting. Consisting of a flat piece of hard material, usually steel or other metal. The blade, usually sharpened on one edge, attached to a handle. The blade may be pointed for piercing. Verb. To cut with a knife. Registrar. Noun. An official keeper or recorder of records. Shop. Noun. An establishment that sells goods or services to the public. Originally only a physical location, but now a virtual establishment as well. Verb. To visit stores or shops to browse or explore merchandise, especially with the intention of buying such merchandise. Interjection. Used to attract the services of a shop assistant. Arriving. Verb. To reach. To get to a certain place. Decorator. Noun. Someone who decorates. Affecting. Verb. To influence or alter. Verb. To make a show of. To put on a pretense of. To feign. To assume. To make a false display of. Adjective. Producing or causing strong feelings and emotions. Rating. Verb. To assign or be assigned a particular rank or level. Verb. To berate. Scold. Noun. A position on a scale. Fund. Noun. A sum or source of money. Verb. To pay for. Numbness. Noun. Absent or reduced sensitivity to cutaneous stimulation. SAM. Noun. Surface-to-air missile. Calendar. Noun. Any system by which time is divided into days, weeks, months, and years. Verb. To set a date for a proceeding in court. Usually done by a judge at a calendar call. Shaved. Verb. To make bald or shorter by using a tool such as a razor or pair of electric clippers to cut the hair close to the skin. Pink. Noun. The common minnow, Phoxinus phoxinus. Bathtub. Noun. A large container for holding water in which a person may bathe, take a bath. Apple. Noun. A common, round fruit produced by the tree Malus domestica. Cultivated in temperate climates. Verb. To become apple-like. Parking. Verb. To bring something such as a vehicle to a halt or store in a specified place. Noun. The action of the verb to park. Adjectives. Noun. Grammar. A word that modifies a noun or describes a noun's referent. Verb. To make an adjective of. To form or convert into an adjective. Banknote. Noun. A promissory note issued by a bank, payable at a given time to a specific beneficiary. Confiscated. Verb. To use one's authority to lay claim to and separate a possession from its holder. Expenses. Noun. A spending or consuming, often a disbursement of funds. Verb. To charge a cost against an expense account. To bill something to the company for which one works. Social. Noun. A festive gathering to foster introductions. Adjective. Being extroverted or outgoing. Noun. Interactive forms of media that allow users to interact with and publish to each other. Generally by means of the Internet. Noun. A system whereby the state either through general or specific taxation provides various benefits to help ensure the well-being of its citizens. Noun. A 9-digit number issued to citizens, permanent residents, and temporary, working residents under Section 205, c. 2, of the Social Security Act, codified as 42 U.S.C. Section 405, c. 2. The number is issued to an individual by the Social Security Administration. Its primary purpose is to track individuals for taxation purposes. Abbreviated as SSN. In recent years, the SSN has become a de facto national identification number. Noun. The study of history, geography, civics, sociology, economics, and other social science subjects. especially in primary and secondary school. Invoice. Noun. A bill. A commercial document issued by a seller to a buyer indicating the product's quantities and agreed prices for products or services that the seller has already provided the buyer with. An invoice indicates that, unless paid in advance, payment is due by the buyer to the seller, according to the agreed terms. Verb. To bill. To issue an invoice to. Money. Noun. A legally or socially binding conceptual contract of entitlement to wealth, void of intrinsic value, payable for all debts and taxes, and regulated in supply. Scroll. Noun. A roll of paper or parchment. A writing formed into a roll. Verb. To change one's view of data on a computer's display, typically using a scroll bar or a scroll wheel to move in gradual increments. Artists. Noun. A person who creates art. Impacted. Verb. To collide or strike, the act of impinging. Adjective. Having undergone an impact. Hate. Noun. An object of hatred. Verb. To dislike intensely or greatly. Led. Verb. Heading. To guide or conduct. Adjective. Under somebody's control or leadership. Rower. Noun. One who rows. Fatal. Noun. A fatality. An event that leads to death. Adjective. Proceeding from, or appointed by, fate or destiny. Longer. Adjective. Having much distance from one terminating point on an object or an area to another terminating point. Usually applies to horizontal dimensions. See usage notes below. Adverb. Over a great distance in space. Drums. Noun. A percussive musical instrument spanned with a thin covering on at least one end for striking, forming an acoustic chamber, affecting what materials are used to make it. A membranophone. Noun. A small hill or ridge of hills. Noun. A social gathering or assembly held in the evening. Pillow. Noun. A soft cushion used to support the head in bed. Verb. To rest as on a pillow. Clicks. Noun. A brief, sharp, not particularly loud, relatively high-pitched sound produced by the impact of something small and hard against something hard, such as by the operation of a switch, a lock or a latch, or a finger pressed against the thumb and then released to strike the hand. Verb. To cause to make a click, to operate a switch, etc., so that it makes a click. Noun. A detent, pawl, or ratchet, such as that which catches the cogs of a ratchet wheel to prevent backward motion. Verb. To snatch. Noun. A kilometer. Oxygen. Noun. The chemical element. Symbol O. With an atomic number of 8 and relative atomic mass of 15.9994. It is a colorless and odorless gas. Sincere. Adjective. Genuine. Meaning what one says or does. Heartfelt. 6. Noun. The digit or figure 6. Numeral. A numerical value equal to 6. The number following 5 and preceding 7. This many dots. Picnic. Noun. An informal social gathering, usually in a natural outdoor setting, to which the participants bring their own food and drink. Verb. To take part in a picnic. Danish. Noun. Danish pastry, light sweet yeast-raised roll usually filled with fruit or cheese. Logic. Noun. A method of human thought that involves thinking in a linear, step-by-step manner about how a problem can be solved. Logic is the basis of many principles including the scientific method. Verb. To engage in excessive or inappropriate application of logic. Adjective. Logical. Attract. Verb. To pull toward without touching. Curl. Noun. A piece or lock of curling hair. A ringlet. Verb. To cause to move in a curve. Abortion. Noun. The expulsion from the womb of a fetus or embryo before it is fully developed, with loss of the fetus, either naturally as a spontaneous abortion, now usually called a miscarriage, or deliberately as an induced abortion. Overspending. Verb. To spend too much money. Especially. To spend more than one earns. Noun. The spending of too much money. Road. Noun. A way used for traveling between places. Originally one wide enough to allow foot passengers and horses to travel. Now. U.S. Usually one surfaced with asphalt or concrete and designed to accommodate many vehicles traveling in both directions. In the UK both senses are heard. A country road is the same as a country lane. Adjective. At the venue of the opposing team or competitor. On the road. Baseball. Noun. A sport common in North America, the Caribbean, and Japan, in which the object is to strike a ball so that one of a 9-person team can run counterclockwise among 4 bases, resulting in the scoring of a run. The team with the most runs after termination of play, usually 9 innings, wins. Organization. Noun. The quality of being organized. Authorize. Verb. To grant someone the permission or power necessary to do something. Interested. Verb. To engage the attention of. To awaken interest in. To excite emotion or passion in behalf of a person or thing. Adjective. Having or showing interest. Nose. Noun. A protuberance on the face housing the nostrils, which are used to breathe or smell. Verb. To move cautiously by advancing its front end. Mute. Noun. A stopped consonant. A stop. Verb. To silence. To make quiet. Adjective. Not having the power of speech. Dumb. Airline. Noun. A company that flies airplanes to transport people and goods. Seashell. Noun. The empty shell of a marine mollusk. Adjective. Of a very light pink color, like that of some seashell. Either. Adverb. After a negative. As well. Pronoun. One or other of 2 people or things. Conjunction. Introduces the first of 2, or occasionally more, options or possibilities. The second, or last, of which is introduced by, or. Nobody. Noun. Someone who is not important or well-known. Pronoun. Not any person. The logical negation of somebody. Parse. Noun. An act of parsing. Verb. To resolve a sentence, etc., into its elements, pointing out the several parts of speech and their relation to each other by agreement or government. To analyze and describe grammatically. Recommendation. Noun. An act of recommending. Knife. Noun. A utensil or a tool designed for cutting, consisting of a flat piece of hard material, usually steel or other metal. The blade, usually sharpened on one edge, attached to a handle. The blade may be pointed for piercing. Verb. To cut with a knife. Seal. Noun. A pinniped. Pinnipedia, particularly an earless seal, true seal, or eared seal. Verb. To hunt seals. Implicit. Adjective. Implied indirectly, without being directly expressed. Evocative. Adjective. That evokes, brings to mind, a memory, mood, feeling or image. Redolent or reminiscent. Semicolon. Noun. The punctuation mark. Grading. Verb. To assign scores to the components of an academic test. Noun. A rank or grade. Doctor. Noun. A physician. A member of the medical profession. One who is trained and licensed to heal the sick or injured. The final examination and qualification may award a doctor degree, in which case the post-nominal letters are D.O., D.P.M., M.D., D.M.D., D.D.S. Printed. Verb. To produce one or more copies of a text or image on a surface, especially by machine. Often used without or off. Print out. Print off. Adjective. Written or published. Naughty. Adjective. Mischievous. Tending to misbehave or act badly, especially of a child. Consistent. Noun. In the plural. Objects or facts that are coexistent, or in agreement with one another. Adjective. Of a regularly occurring, dependable nature. Leaves. Noun. The usually green and flat organ that represents the most prominent feature of most vegetative plants. Verb. To have a consequence or remnant. Noun. The action of the batsman not attempting to play at the ball. Noun. Permission to be absent. Time away from one's work. Verb. To give leave to. Allow. Permit. Let. Grant. Verb. To produce leaves or foliage. Verb. To raise. To levy. Regards. Noun. A steady look, a gaze. Verb. To look at. To observe. Noun. Good wishes. Becoming. Verb. To arrive. Come. To a place. Noun. The act or process by which something becomes. Adjective. Pleasingly suitable. Fit. Congruous. Beautiful. Computing. Verb. To reckon or calculate. Noun. The process or act of calculation. Banknote. Noun. A promissory note issued by a bank, payable at a given time to a specific beneficiary. Discriminate. Verb. To make distinctions. Adjective. Having the difference marked, distinguished by certain tokens. Effects. Noun. The result or outcome of a cause. Verb. To make or bring about, to implement. Force. Noun. Strength or energy of body or mind. Active power. Vigor. Might. Capacity of exercising an influence or producing an effect. Verb. To violate. A woman. To rape. Noun. Law enforcement. Any police organization. A constabulary. Budget. Noun. The amount of money or resources earmarked for a particular institution, activity or time frame. Verb. To construct or draw up a budget. Adjective. Of or relating to a budget. Sandy. Adjective. Covered with sand. Politics. Verb. To engage in political activity. Politic. Noun. A methodology and activities associated with running a government, an organization, or a movement. Meanings. Noun. Of words or symbols. The entity, perception, feeling or concept thereby represented or evoked. Get over. Verb. To overcome. Gay. Noun. Chiefly in plural or attributive. A homosexual. Especially a male homosexual. See also lesbian. Verb. To make happy or cheerful. Adjective. Possibly obsolete. Happy, joyful, and lively. Adverb. Possibly obsolete. Considerably. Very. Signature. Noun. A person's name. Written by that person. Used as identification or to signify approval of accompanying material, such as a legal contract. Adjective. Distinctive. Characteristic. Indicative of identity. Recruiter. Noun. Agent. Noun of recruit. One who recruits, particularly one employed to recruit others. Decimal. Noun. A number expressed in the base 10 system. A fractional numeral written in this system. Verb. To represent with numbers after a decimal point. Adjective. Concerning numbers expressed in decimal or mathematical calculations performed using decimal. Durability. Noun. Permanence by virtue of the power to resist stress or force. Routine. Noun. A course of action to be followed regularly. A standard procedure. Adjective. According to established procedure. Belt. Noun. A band worn around the waist to hold clothing to one's body. Usually pants. Hold weapons, such as a gun or sword, or serve as a decorative piece of clothing. Verb. To encircle. Miracle. Noun. An event that appears inexplicable by the laws of nature and so is held to be supernatural in origin. Verb. To effect by a miracle. To work a miracle upon. Gun. Noun. A device for projecting a hard object very forcefully. A firearm or cannon. Verb. With down. To shoot someone or something. Usually with a firearm. Revenge. Noun. Any form of personal retaliatory action against an individual, institution, or group for some alleged or perceived harm or injustice. Verb. To take revenge for a particular harmful action, or on behalf of its victim. To avenge. Purchase. Noun. The acquisition of title to or property in anything for a price. Buying for money or its equivalent. Verb. To buy. Obtain by payment of a price in money or its equivalent. Scientific. Adjective, of, or having to do with science. Here. Noun. Abstract. This place. This location. Adjective. Filler after a noun or demonstrative pronoun. Solely for emphasis. Adverb. Location. In, on, or at this place. Interjection. Used semi-assertively to offer something to the listener. Cool. Noun. A moderate or refreshing state of cold. Moderate temperature of the air between hot and cold. Coolness. Adjective. Having a slightly low temperature. Mildly or pleasantly cold. Repairman. Noun. A man whose job is to repair things. Approached. Verb. To come or go near, in place or time, to draw nigh, to advance nearer. Luxury. Noun. Very wealthy and comfortable surroundings. Adjective. Very expensive. Fruit. Noun. Often in the plural. In general. A product of plant growth useful to man or animals. Verb. To produce fruit, seeds, or spores. Moisture. Noun. That which moistens or makes damp or wet, exuding fluid, liquid in small quantity. Fortunately. Adverb. In a fortunate manner. Eco. Adjective. Environmentally friendly or sensitive. Sell. Noun. An act of selling. Verb. Detransitive. To transfer goods or provide services in exchange for money. Horticulturalist. Noun. A gardener. A person interested or practicing horticulture. Shoemaker. Noun. A person who makes shoes. Slope. Noun. An area of ground that tends evenly upward or downward. Verb. To tend steadily upward or downward. Adjective. Sloping. Adverb. Slopingly. Delete. Noun. A key that may be pressed to delete something, such as text or files, from a computer. Noun. A deletion. Verb. To remove, get rid of or erase, especially written or printed material, or data on a computer or other device. Design. Noun. A specification of an object or process, referring to requirements to be satisfied and thus conditions to be met for them to solve a problem. Verb. To plan and carry out. A picture, work of art, construction, etc. Scope. Noun. The breadth, depth or reach of a subject. A domain. Verb. To perform a cursory investigation of. Scope out. Paycheck. Noun. Money received on payday as payment for work performed. Fed. Noun. A federal government officer or official, especially FBI, CIA, NSA, ATF, and DIA agents. Propose. Noun. An objective or aim. Verb. To suggest a plan, course of action, etc. Missile. Noun. Any object used as a weapon by being thrown or fired through the air, such as stone, arrow or bullet. Inspired. Verb. To infuse into the mind. To communicate to the spirit. To convey, as by a divine or supernatural influence. To disclose preternaturally. To produce in, as by inspiration. Adjective. Having excellence through inspiration. Namesake. Noun. One who is named after another or for whom another is named. Verb. To name somebody after somebody else. Cholesterol. Noun. A sterile lipid synthesized by the liver and transported in the bloodstream to the membranes of all animal cells. It plays a central role in many biochemical processes and, as a lipoprotein that coats the walls of blood vessels, is associated with cardiovascular disease. Carpenter. Noun. a person skilled at carpentry, the trade of cutting and joining timber in order to construct buildings or other structures. Verb, to work as a carpenter, cutting and joining timber. Mega, adjective, very large. Bunch, noun, a group of similar things, either growing together, or in a cluster or clump, usually fastened together. Verb, to gather into a bunch. Running, verb, to move swiftly. Noun, the action of the verb to run. Adjective, moving or advancing at a run. Adverb, consecutively, in a row. Preposition, approaching, about, roughly. Change, noun, the process of becoming different. Verb, to become something different. Ottoman, noun, an upholstered sofa, without arms or a back, sometimes with a compartment for storing linen, etc. Annotations, noun, a critical or explanatory commentary or analysis. Bro, noun, brother, a male sibling. Pulled, verb, to apply a force to an object, so that it comes toward the person or thing applying the force. Adjective, of cooked meat, prepared by being torn into fine pieces. Combat, noun, a battle, a fight, often one in which weapons are used. Verb, to fight, to struggle against. Carried, verb, to lift something and take it to another place, to transport something by lifting. Crash, noun, a sudden, intense, loud sound, as made for example by cymbals. Verb, to collide with something destructively, fall or come down violently. Adjective, quick, fast, intensive, impromptu. Eaten, verb, to ingest, to be ingested. Adjective, especially in combination, that has been consumed by eating. Final, noun, a final examination, a test or examination given at the end of a term or class. The test that concludes a class. Adjective, last, ultimate, standing. Verb, heading, to position or be positioned physically. Adjective, erect, not cut down. Clubs, noun, an association of members joining together for some common purpose, especially sports or recreation. Verb, to hit with a club. Noun, one of the 4 suits of playing cards, marked with the symbol club suit. Noun, a game in which questions are asked for the purpose of enabling the questioners to discover a word or thing previously selected by 2 persons who answer the questions. Fired, verb, to set something, often a building, on fire. Adjective, dismissed, let go from a job. Balls, noun, a solid or hollow sphere, or roughly spherical mass. Verb, to form or wind into a ball. Noun, a formal dance. Verb, speaking or acting with bravado to achieve something. Adverb, very, intensifier. Runes, noun, a letter, or character, belonging to the written language of various ancient Germanic peoples, especially the Scandinavians and the Anglo-Saxons. Metro, noun, an underground railway. Hit, noun, a blow, a punch, a striking against, the collision of one body against another, the stroke that touches anything. Verb, heading, physical, to strike. Adjective, very successful. Rates, noun, the worth of something. Value. Verb, to assign or be assigned a particular rank or level. Verb, to berate, scold. Noun, British, New Zealand, or Australian. Taxes, usually on property, levied by local government. Heating. Verb, to cause an increase in temperature of an object or space, to cause to become hot, often with up. Noun, a system that raises the temperature of a room or building. Compare heater. Adjective, causing heat. Freshly. Adverb, recently, newly. Rewrite. Noun, the act of writing again or anew. Verb, to write again, differently. to modify, a piece of writing or music, etc. Pull, noun, an act of pulling, applying force. Verb, to apply a force to an object, so that it comes toward the person or thing applying the force. Interjection, command used by a target shooter to request that the target be released, launched. Oak, noun, a deciduous tree with distinctive deeply lobed leaves, acorns, and notably strong wood, typically of England and northeastern North America, included in genus Quercus. Verb, to expose to oak in order for the oak to impart its flavors. Adjective, having a rich brown color, like that of oak wood. Noun, a kilobyte, more formally kb or kb. Physiologist, noun, a person who studies or specializes in physiology. Inspiring, verb, to infuse into the mind, to communicate to the spirit, to convey, as by a divine or supernatural influence, to disclose preternaturally, to produce in, as by inspiration. Noun, inspiration. Adjective, providing inspiration, encouraging, stimulating. Renovations, noun, an act, or the process, of renovating. Red, noun, any of a range of colors having the longest wavelengths, 670 nanometers, of the visible spectrum, a primary additive color for transmitted light, the color obtained by subtracting green and blue from white light using magenta and yellow filters. The color of blood, ripe strawberries, etc. Adjective, having red as its color. Cut, noun, the act of cutting. Verb, heading, to incise, to cut into the surface of something. Adjective, participial adjective, having been cut. Oxygen, noun, the chemical element, symbol O, with an atomic number of 8 and relative atomic mass of 15.9994. It is a colorless and odorless gas. Maintained, verb, to support someone, to back up or assist someone in an action. Adjective, showing maintenance or attention. Forward, noun, one of the 8 players, comprising 2 props, 1 hooker, 2 locks, 2 flankers and 1 number 8, collectively known as the pack, whose primary task is to gain and maintain possession of the ball. Compare back. Verb, to advance, promote. Adjective, toward the front or at the front. Adverb, towards the front or from the front. Seeing. Verb, stative, to perceive or detect with the eyes, or as if by sight. Noun, the action of the verb to see. Eyesight. Adjective, having vision, not blind. Cases. Noun, an actual event, situation, or fact. Verb, to propose hypothetical cases. Noun, a box that contains or can contain a number of identical items of manufacture. Verb, to place an item or items of manufacture into a box, as in preparation for shipment. Groundsman, noun, a male groundskeeper. Resistant, noun, a person who resists, especially a member of a resistance movement. Adjective, which makes resistance or offers opposition. Policeman, noun, one who enforces. Noun, a member of a police force, especially one who is male. 15th, noun, the person or thing in the 15th position. Adjective, the ordinal form of the number 15. Environmentalist, noun, one who holds the view that environment, rather than heredity or culture, is the primary factor in the development of an individual or group. Adjective, of, or relating to environmentalism. Phone, noun, a device for transmitting conversations and other sounds in real time across distances. Now often a small portable unit also capable of running software etc. Verb, to call someone, using a telephone. Kangaroo, noun, a member of the Macropodidae family of large marsupials with strong hind legs for hopping. native to Australia. Verb, to practice kangaroo care on an infant. To hold a premature infant against the skin. Adjective, of or relating to Australia. Arrested. Verb, to stop the motion of a person or animal. Adjective, having been stopped or prevented from developing. Terminated prematurely. Intellectual. Noun, an intelligent, learned person, especially one who discourses about learned matters. Adjective, belonging to, or performed by, the intellect, mental or cognitive. Delivered. Verb, to set free from restraint or danger. Adjective, in combination, that has been, or will be, delivered in a specific manner. Climate. Noun, an area of the Earth's surface between two parallels of latitude. Verb, to dwell. Contempt. Noun, the state or act of contemning. The feeling or attitude of regarding someone or something as inferior, base, or worthless. Scorn. Disdain. Set up. Noun, equipment designed for a particular purpose, an apparatus. Narrow. Noun, chiefly in the plural, a narrow passage, especially a contracted part of a stream, lake, or sea, a strait connecting two bodies of water. Adjective, having a small width, not wide, having opposite edges or sides that are close, especially by comparison to length or depth. Discover. Verb, to find or learn something for the first time. Crunch. Noun, a noisy crackling sound. The sound usually associated with crunching. Verb, to crush something, especially food, with a noisy crackling sound. Contact. Noun, the act of touching physically. Being in close association. Verb, to touch, to come into physical contact with. Neither. Adverb, similarly not. Pronoun, not either one of two. Conjunction, not either, used with nor. Shaving. Verb, to make bald or shorter by using a tool such as a razor or pair of electric clippers to cut the hair close to the skin. Noun, a thin, shaved off slice of wood, metal, or other material. Register. Noun, a machine that tabulates the amount of sales transactions, makes a permanent and cumulative record of them, and has a drawer in which cash can be kept. Noun, a formal recording of names, events, transactions, etc. Verb, to enter in a register. Scrape. Noun, a broad, shallow injury left by scraping, rather than a cut or a scratch. Verb, to draw an object, especially a sharp or angular one, along something, while exerting pressure. Mood. Noun, a mental or emotional state, composure. Spade. Noun, a garden tool with a handle and a flat blade for digging. Not to be confused with a shovel, which is used for moving earth or other materials. Verb, to turn over soil with a spade to loosen the ground for planting. Augmented. Verb, to increase, to make larger or supplement. Adjective, increased in number, amount or strength. Everywhere. Adverb, in or to all locations under discussion. Grew. Verb, to become larger, to increase in magnitude. Behavior. Noun, human conduct relative to social norms. Finds. Noun, anything that is found, usually valuable, as objects on an archaeological site or a person with talent. Verb, to encounter or discover by accident. To happen upon. Matter. Noun, substance, material. Verb, to be important. Explosion. Noun, a violent release of energy, sometimes mechanical, nuclear, or chemical. Invoice. Noun, a bill, a commercial document issued by a seller to a buyer indicating the product's quantities and agreed prices for products or services that the seller has already provided the buyer with. An invoice indicates that, unless paid in advance, payment is due by the buyer to the seller, according to the agreed terms. Verb, to bill, to issue an invoice to. Drops. Noun. A small quantity of liquid, just large enough to hold its own round shape via surface tension, especially one that falls from a source of liquid. Verb. To fall in droplets of a liquid. Alone. Adjective. By oneself. Solitary. Adverb. By oneself. Apart from, or exclusive of, others. Solo. Pedal. Noun. A lever operated by one's foot that is used to control or power a machine or mechanism, such as a bicycle or piano. Verb. To operate a pedal attached to a wheel in a continuous circular motion. Adjective. Of or relating to the foot. Prize. Noun. That which is taken from another. Something captured. A thing seized by force. Stratagem. Or superior power. Lonely. Adjective. Unhappy because of feeling isolated from contact with other people. Downtown. Noun. The main business part of a city or town, usually located at or near its center. Adjective. Of, relating to, or situated in the central business district. Adverb. In or towards the central business district. Leak. Noun. A crack, crevice, fissure, or hole which admits water or other fluid, or lets it escape. Verb. To allow fluid or gas to pass through an opening that should be sealed. Adjective. Leaky. Oyster. Noun. Any of certain marine bivalve mollusks, especially those of the family Ostriidae. The true oysters, usually found adhering to rocks or other fixed objects in shallow water along the seacoasts, or in brackish water in the mouth of rivers. Verb. To fish for oysters. Adjective. Of a pale beige color tinted with gray or pink, like that of an oyster. Leave out. Verb. To omit, to not include, to neglect to mention. Introducing. Verb. Of people, to cause someone to be acquainted with someone else. Cut. Noun. The act of cutting. Verb. Heading. To incise, to cut into the surface of something. Adjective. Participial adjective. Having been cut. Middle. Noun. A center. Midpoint. Verb. To take a middle view of. Adjective. Located in the middle, in between. Cheeky. Adjective. Impudent, impertinent, impertinently bold, often in a way that is regarded as endearing or amusing. Confused. Verb. To puzzle, perplex, baffle, bewilder somebody. Adjective. Of a person, unable to think clearly or understand. Stay. Noun. Continuance or a period of time spent in a place. Abode for an indefinite time. Sojourn. Verb. To prop, support, sustain, hold up, steady. Carrier. Noun. A person or object that carries someone or something else. Fills. Verb. To occupy fully, to take up all of. Noun. After a possessive, a sufficient or more than sufficient amount. Noun. One of the thills or shafts of a carriage. Profile. Noun. The outermost shape, view, or edge of an object. Verb. To create a summary or collection of information about a person, etc. Starving. Verb. To die. In later use especially to die slowly, waste away. Noun. Starvation. Dramatic. Adjective. Of or relating to the drama. Blame. Noun. Censure. Mowing. Verb. To cut down grass or crops. Verb. To make grimaces. Mock. Verb. To put into mows. Noun. The activity by which something is mown. Evaporate. Verb. To transition from a liquid state into a gaseous state. Encourages. Verb. To mentally support, to motivate, give courage, hope or spirit. Precious. Noun. Someone, or something, who is loved. A darling. Adjective. Of high value or worth. Adverb. Vary. An intensifier. Inform. Verb. To instruct, train, usually in matters of knowledge. Out. Noun. A means of exit, escape, reprieve, etc. Verb, to eject, to expel. Adjective, not at home, not at one's office or place of employment. Adverb, away from the inside, center or other point of reference. Preposition, from the inside to the outside of, out of. Interjection, procedure word, a radio procedure word meaning that the station is finished with its transmission and does not expect a response. Alternately, adverb, in reciprocal succession, succeeding by turns, in alternate order. Alternatives, noun, a situation which allows a mutually exclusive choice between two or more possibilities. A choice between two or more possibilities. Simplifies, verb, to make simpler, either by reducing in complexity, reducing to component parts, or making easier to understand. Fellow, noun, a colleague or partner. Verb, to suit with, to pair with. Rescue, noun, an act or episode of rescuing. Saving, verb, to save from any violence, danger or evil. Found, verb, to encounter or discover by accident. To happen upon. Noun, food and lodging. Board. Say, noun, a chance to speak, the right or power to influence or make a decision. Verb, to pronounce. Adverb, for example, let us assume. Interjection, used to gain someone's attention before making an inquiry or suggestion. Marketplace, noun, an open area in a town housing a public market. Nation, noun, a historically constituted, stable community of people, formed on the basis of a common language. Territory, economic life, ethnicity and/or psychological makeup manifested in a common culture. Secrets, noun, a piece of knowledge that is hidden and intended to be kept hidden. Verb, to make or keep secret. Explanation, noun, the act or process of explaining. Driver, noun, one who drives something, in any sense of the verb to drive. Satisfying, verb, to do enough for, to meet the needs of, to fulfill the wishes or requirements of. Adjective, that satisfies, gratifies or pleases, that removes any feeling of lack. Rely, verb, with on or upon, formerly also within, to trust, to have confidence in, to depend. Popular, noun, a person who is popular, especially at a school. Adjective, common among the general public, generally accepted. Lucky, adjective, of people, favored by luck, fortunate, having good success or good fortune. Announcing, verb, to give public notice, especially for the first time, to make known. Slowly, adverb, manner, at a slow pace. Son, noun, one's male offspring. Parcel, noun, a package wrapped for shipment. Verb, to wrap something up into the form of a package. Adverb, part or half, in part, partially. Airplanes, noun, a powered heavier than air aircraft with fixed wings. Verb, to fly in an aeroplane. Horseman, noun, a man who rides a horse. Chewing, verb, to crush with the teeth by repeated closing and opening of the jaws. Done to food to soften it and break it down by the action of saliva before it is swallowed. Documents, noun, an original or official paper used as the basis, proof, or support of anything else, including any writing, book, or other instrument conveying information pertinent to such proof or support. Verb, to record in documents. Stepsister, noun, the daughter of one's stepparent who is not the daughter of either of one's parents. Motorway, noun, parts of Australia, a broad highway designed for high-speed traffic, having restrictions on the vehicle types permitted and merging lanes instead of cross-traffic. In parts of the United States and other places called freeway. Force out, noun, an instance of an out created by touching a base in advance of a runner who has no base to return. To while in possession of a ball which has already touched the ground. Verb. To cause something to be ejected. Satisfy. Verb. To do enough for. To meet the needs of. To fulfill the wishes or requirements of. Milk. Noun. A white liquid produced by the mammary glands of female mammals to nourish their young. From certain animals, especially cows. It is also called dairy milk and is a common food for humans as a beverage or used to produce various dairy products such as butter, cheese, and yogurt. Breeze. Noun. A light, gentle wind. Verb. Usually with along. To move casually. In a carefree manner. Decor. Noun. The style of decoration of a room or building. Practiced. Adjective. Skillful. Proficient. Knowledgeable or expert as a result of practice. Verb. To repeat. An activity. As a way of improving one's skill in that activity. Forever. Noun. An extremely long time. Adjective. Permanent. Lasting. Adverb. Duration. For all time. For all eternity. For a lifetime. For an infinite amount of time. Simplifies. Verb. To make simpler. Either by reducing in complexity. Reducing to component parts. Or making easier to understand. Sacrificing. Verb. To offer something as a gift to a deity. Depression. Noun. In psychotherapy and psychiatry. A state of mind producing serious, long-term lowering of enjoyment of life or inability to visualize a happy future. Campaign. Noun. A series of operations undertaken to achieve a set goal. Verb. To take part in a campaign. Check. Noun. A situation in which the king is directly threatened by an opposing piece. How. Noun. The means by which something is accomplished. Adverb. To what degree. Conjunction. The manner or way that. Outside. Noun. The part of something that faces out. The outer surface. Adjective. Of or pertaining to the outer surface. Limit or boundary. Adverb. To or in the outdoors or outside. To or in an area that is beyond the scope, limits or borders of a given place. Preposition. On the outside of. Not inside. Something. Such as a building. Apply. Verb. To lay or place. To put one thing to another. Fat. Noun. A specialized animal tissue with a high oil content. Used for long-term storage of energy. Verb. To make fat. To fatten. Adjective. Carrying more fat than usual on one's body. Plump. Not lean or thin. Adjective. Originally African American vernacular English. Excellent. Cool. Very good. Riddle. Noun. A verbal puzzle, mystery, or other problem of an intellectual nature. Verb. To speak ambiguously or enigmatically. Scaling. Verb. To change the size of something whilst maintaining proportion. Especially to change a process in order to produce much larger amounts of the final product. Verb. To remove the scales of. Noun. The removing of the scales of fish. Counting. Verb. To recite numbers in sequence. Noun. Account. Catch. Noun. The act of seizing or capturing. Verb. Heading. To capture, overtake. Nested. Verb. Of animals, to build or settle into a nest. Adjective. Embedded. Often. Adjective. Frequent. Adverb. Frequently, many times. Front. Noun. The foremost side of something or the end that faces the direction it normally moves. Verb. To face. On. To. To be pointed in a given direction. Adjective. Located at or near the front. Nothing. Noun. Something trifling, or of no consequence or importance. Adverb. Not at all. In no way. Pronoun. Not anything. No thing. Pocket. Noun. A bag stitched to an item of clothing. Used for carrying small items. Verb. To put something into a pocket. Adjective. Of a size suitable for putting into a pocket. Painting. Verb, to apply paint to. Noun, an illustration or artwork done with the use of paint. Professor. Noun, the most senior rank for an academic at a university or similar institution. Informally also known as full professor. Abbreviated professor. Mask. Noun, a cover, or partial cover, for the face. Used for disguise or protection. Verb, to cover the face or something else. In order to conceal the identity or protect against injury. To cover with a mask or visor. Improvements. Noun, the act of improving, advancement or growth, a bettering. Flows. Noun, a movement in people or things with a particular way in large numbers or amounts. Verb, to move as a fluid from one position to another. Noun, a morass or marsh. Podcast. Noun, an audio program produced on a regular basis. Delivered over the internet in a compressed digital format and designed for playback on computers. Or portable digital audio players. Such as the iPod. Verb, to deliver an audio program over the internet on a regular basis. Higher. Adjective, very elevated, extending or being far above a base. Tall, lofty. Adverb, in or to an elevated position. Noun, a national school leaving examination and university entrance qualification. Verb, to make higher, to raise or increase in amount or quantity. Conversation. Noun, expression and exchange of individual ideas through talking with other people. Also, a set instance or occasion of such talking. Verb, to engage in conversation. With. Celebrating. Verb, to extol or honor in a solemn manner. Noun, celebration. Lazy. Noun, a lazy person. Verb, to laze. Act in a lazy manner. Adjective, unwilling to do work or make an effort. Disinclined to exertion.